Hey, and we're live. Welcome to this edition of our 21-day challenge. And I'm so happy to see probably the most raw and real thing that many of us have done in this moment in time. There are children screaming in their homes, and I'm at home and creating this right out of my house. These were things that lot when the perfectionist in me was very, very strong. But today, every day at 7:30. So welcome to day 4. That's where we are. It's been such an enjoyable journey. I have been getting messages left, right, and center talking about how it feels to write down a list of gratitude, 21 reasons why you feel blessed, and how its message needs to connect with each one of you. And that's where my focus is. Hi, Archana. Good to see you here. Welcome to day 4. Some of you have been so regular with this, and I want to take a moment to applaud you. All the 78 or 79 people who are on this journey, the count is gradually going up. I want to applaud each one of you who is making the best use of this time, because that's what we can do with it. We have a choice. So you're making the best possible choice. You're engaging in things which are enriching you, which are expanding you. And each day we want to accumulate more. We want to have a cumulative effect. We don't want to ditch the theme of the previous day. So if we covered gratitude on a particular day, we want to continue being in the energy of gratitude today also. So with that, let me talk a little bit about what today's theme is. Before we do that, I'm Vidisha Kaushal. I'm your coach and catalyst in creating a life of consciousness. So yes, today there's a very, very sweet little story that I'm going to share with you. There are so many of these anecdotes and stories, especially Zen stories, which have made a huge impact on me. So I have quite a collection, and whenever something needs to be conveyed to each one of you, it just comes in the mind. And I say, yes, that is the story that we need to share today. So let's listen to this short little story. There was once a farmer, and the farmer had a horse. Now, the horse was very, very useful for the farmer because it would do all kinds of things for the farmer. And people would say to the farmer, some people would say, wow, you have a horse that's healthy. It does so much work for you. This must be the greatest gift that you have. And the farmer's response was, maybe. And then there were some others who said, oh my God, how much this horse eats. You have to feed so much, such a liability this horse is. And the farmer would look and turn around and say, maybe. And then one fine day, after serving the farmer so beautifully and doing so much work for the farmer used to love this horse. And one fine day, the horse disappeared overnight. And so people met the farmer the next day and said, it's so bad what has happened to you. It's really, really sad because you love that horse so much. You gave so much to it. You took such good care of it. And what a thankless horse. And the farmer looked at them and said, maybe. Then, after some time, the next night, the horse comes back, and with the horse are four other beautiful, amazing looking horses. And the next morning, people come to the farmer and say, you're a lucky man. You had one horse, and now you have five of them. You're so lucky. Guess what the farmer said? Maybe. So then, after some time, you know the drift now. So after some time, the farmer's son went to take care of the horses, and one of the horses hit it, and the farmer's son, he broke his leg, so he was injured, and then he was being nursed for it. He had broken a leg. So people turned around and said, what a pathetic thing to happen. It was such a bad thing to happen. If only these horses had not come. Your poor son has lost his movement, and his leg is fractured today. So what a terrible thing to happen. And the farmer turned around and said, you guessed it. What did the farmer say? Maybe. And then after a week, the army came. They were recruiting men to go on war. And they came to the farmer's house and they checked the young man and said, oh, you're not fit to go to war because you've got a broken leg. And then the next morning, people come to the farmer and say, wow, you've got your son at home. All our sons are gone. You're such a lucky man. And the farmer turns around and says, maybe. Moral of the story, if your mindset is centered, if your mindset is centered, you don't get swayed by opinions, perceptions, judgments when your mindset is in a calm, centered space. But when the mind has already got too many opinions and judgments and is holding on to a lot of baggage, what happens? Our perception becomes colored. And the way we look at the world changes. The way we ask people questions changes. The way we respond to those questions also changes. And it's all a game that's happening inside our mind. It has nothing to do with other people, but it has everything to do with ourselves. Okay, so with that, I reveal to you the theme for today, which is mindset. An authentic positive mindset. We are not talking about fake positive mindset where we are forcing ourselves to believe things that are nowhere true in our lives, or we don't actually feel that way. So instead we are talking about how to have a calm centered mindset with which we can truly look at things for what they are and not what we want them to be, not what other people call it to be, not what my judgments are, right? Because all that can change everything. Can you guess how important mindset is in life? Guess, just take a wild guess. Okay, if you're live right now, then put that down in the comments. If you were to put it in percentage, right, and you were to say that out of 100, how much is mindset important, then what is the percentage you would give to it? Okay, hi Disha, good to have you here. So how much percentage out of 100 do you think mindset matters? Put that down in the comments. I just want to get a hang of what your views are. So, you know what? In reality, according to research, 20% of your success and your life is determined by your skills, by the very skills that you have. And 80% of it is determined by your mindset. Let that sink in. Isn't that so powerful that 80% of your life is literally decided by your mindset? And why wouldn't it be? Because, for example, I recently got a question from somebody who said, I feel like I'm a terrible mother. And she listed a whole lot of things why being a mother, she was a terrible mother. And then her next question was, you really think I'm not working well on myself, don't you? Now I paused and I said, hold on, sweetheart. This has nothing to do with me. This is just something going on inside of you because your opinion about yourself is so poor. You are thinking that my opinion about you is the same. So let me check what some of you are saying. Archana is saying 100% because everything depends on it. Well, you're quite close to it. And Disha is saying, oh, I had the same percentage in my mind. There you go. We're in sync. So yes, coming back to this example, I then spent a moment explaining to her that this has nothing to do with me. But most of the times, this is the game that is going on in our mind. So, with that, what do we do now with this? There's a very simple, beautiful activity that we can do. And you can attempt this either tomorrow or tonight or both times. It's entirely up to you. So, what you do is you make a list of all the things which you've been worrying about or which have been of concern to you, but which is not true at this moment. Okay, so I'll give you an example. Maybe I have a fear that what if something happens to my parent, right? Maybe I have a fear. What if something bad happens to my parent? What if one of my parents falls sick? Now, that's a fear that I have. Is it true at the moment? No. Similarly, I could have worry, right? I could think that what if the world comes to an end? That's a fear, that's a worry, that's a concern that I have. But is it true, absolutely true in this moment? Not really, right? So anything that has been on your mind, make a list. The list can be as long or as short as it has to be. You are the only one who's going to see your list. So don't even bother judging your list. Okay, just pour it all out. What are your worries? What are your concerns? What if my child doesn't have a nice future? What if my health goes for a toss? What if I become a person who's not successful? All the what ifs in your mind, right? All the things which at the moment are not true, but They are lingering in your mind. They are part of your mindset, and they're shaping how you experience your days. And what really goes on in your mind is how you're spending your life. So make that list. And when you make that list, in front of each one, read it aloud or read it in your mind. Look at it and say, maybe. So if it says, I'm scared that the world might come to an end, look at it and say, maybe. And then you know what you're going to do? You're going to do something called turn around. So when you turn it around, you're going to turn it around to the opposite. Maybe the world is going to thrive. And then you look at it and say, maybe. So then you move to the next one. What if my child turns out to be, a really disobedient person? And you look at it and say, maybe. And then you turn it around. You do the turnaround and say, what if my child becomes an amazing person? And then you look at it and say, maybe. What's this exercise going to do? It's going to turn around your mindset from the negative to the positive, from limitations to possibilities. And it is also going to tell the mind that anything can happen. Also, if you look at it emotionally, you're creating a completely different response. And believe it or not, the universe responds to your emotions, not to what you say. You might be saying very positive things, and in your mind, you might be sulking. Then your emotions are of sulking, they're connected to the sulking. So, we want to trigger emotions which help us to build upon. Once you do it, I want you to put it down in the YouTube comments that how did this experience go? And I want you to be as detailed as you want it to be, because this is truly a masterclass. Each day is a mini masterclass in itself. And I'm sharing some of my life's biggest secrets and wisdom that has been gained over several experiences and a lot of learning that has happened. Also, through the stories of each one of you, I have so many hundreds of clients who are tuning into these YouTube videos. I have thousands of people that I've worked with. So with each one, I gain this wisdom. So make it a point that when you attempt any activity, share a lot. Okay, so you're clear about it, right? You're going to write your statement and then say, maybe. You're going to turn it around, look at it and say, maybe. So what are some of the benefits of having this kind of a centered mindset, which is not colored in its perception? Here are, of course, there are many benefits, but let me try and summarize it into the top 3 benefits. The first one is that mindset matters. Like we said, 80% of our success or our life story depends on mindset. So if the mindset is centered, then imagine what an impact it can have on your life. If your mindset is authentically positive, then imagine the impact it can create in your life. It has a direct impact. The second reason why mindset is where we want to work today is because being in judgment programs us. Being in constant energy of strong opinions and creating all kinds of emotions within us, which create literally a war, is not healthy for us. Through the law of attraction, whatever energy we hold within us, we don't opinions, judgment, negativity, or are you going to take charge of your life and make the choice? Lastly, life mastery. Life mastery comes out of a large part of life mastery is all about your mindset. I'm not saying it's all of it because there is more to it, but a large part of your life mastery is about mind. And if you slowly start learning about mastering the mind, this is one of most basic and most important steps. If you can learn to do this, you can do anything. After that, you'll keep getting more and more resources to work with your mindset. So mindset mastery is a must for life mastery. And who doesn't want to be the master of their life? So I promise you that this will be an activity worth doing. With that, We're done for today. I urge you that if you've been watching, there are lots of people who are watching but have not subscribed. There are some people who subscribe but they've not hit the bell icon. Some have hit the bell icon but they've not chosen the all option. So you don't get notification for all the posts. You only get notification for select posts. So make sure you subscribe, share. I would love for you to share these videos drop a list of people. That's a beautiful way to serve them. That today, how many people can I share this message with who would benefit from this wisdom, and go ahead and share it with them. With this, I send you love that you seek. Take care of yourselves. Bye.